What is this right here? What do you know about this? What do you know about what is happening here? Okay, what is happening here? So, what do you know about this? What do you know about this event? Okay, and let's talk about that. Let's talk about this event. Okay, so what what do you know? What do you know about this? What sport is it? This is what we're going to talk about today. Okay, this is what we are going to talk about today. So, okay, and one of the greatest events in the US. Exactly. Champion, right? Champion. So, we're going to talk about the Super Bowl. Ooh, okay. Yavuz has never watched it. Well, it's today, later on today, in a few hours. This event is going to happen. Kansas City Chiefs versus San Francisco 49ers. Correct. Correct comment. We're going to talk about this. Not only the side of the sport, but the side of the culture. It's a huge, huge event, right? Now, people say, oh, it's only special in America. Yes, it's very special in America, but it's not only in America. And America being a superpower, you can learn a lot about what is happening, the trends, the, there's a lot of symbolism in the Super Bowl because so many people watch it, especially in America. Then it has a lot of relevance, cultural relevance. You should be able to watch it over the internet, Emma. Yes. Okay. So first of all, let's start. Okay. So the Super Bowl, we're going to use the verb to, hold, but which option would be the right one? So you say is is held is held in Las Vegas this year. Okay. Um, was held in okay, being held, or is being held. Meaning it is this is where they are going to play in Las Vegas. Las Vegas, a very special city in the United States, right? It's connected to this era, this era of American power, of American influence. You have the casinos, you have the shows, it's in the middle of the desert, really. Las Vegas is it's an artificial city. It was created. It was created for the purpose of entertainment. And so here, let's look at this sentence. A little bit of grammar. A little bit of grammar here. And it's not so easy. So let's break this one down. Let's break this one down. A lot of people are getting it right. That's good. It is the passive, Yavuz, correct. Okay. It is the passive, but it is also the continuous. So is being held. And so we're going to look at this grammar point right here. So, first of all, we are going to we're going to break this down, and we are going to understand why. So many of you can't explain why we use this. So let's uh, let's take a simple example. Okay. So I'm eating an apple. I'm eating an apple. Okay, so it is continuous. And then you have to have the verb to be. So not I eating, but I am eating. Okay, so to be in the present. Okay, and ing. Now, you take the passive. So with the passive, we are going to take this and we're going to change the color. Okay, so apple goes to the front. So here, an apple. Now you can't say eating. No. Is eating? No. You can't say is eating. You can't say eating because you need two verbs, right? Two or three. You need to have the is, which is a verb to be, plus the passive. Okay, so is being eaten by me. And so here, if we break it down, we see that we have we have is, right? So here, let's change this. Let's change this right here. Okay, so we have is. Now the is here is this. Being, it's the ing form. Being, we're going to do it in purple. Here, this, it's connected to this. And then the last one, which is the past participle. This is verb 3. Okay, so this is how it works. All right, so try writing a few sentences with these. Okay, is being held in Las Vegas this year. Very nice, JJ. Welcome, JJ. Natalie is here. Luna is here. Good. Well, was eaten, that's the past, but it's not the present continuous, this moment. So, Kaylee, we use an apple. Great question, because we use un when the following words here, when the next word starts with a vowel. A, O, we have A, O, U, I, okay, E, okay, E. So whenever the next word here starts with an A, an O, a U, an I, or an E, you need to put an N here. Okay, so you say a banana. A banana. Well, here, there's a B. Not an A, not an O, not a U, not an I, not an E. So it's a banana. An apple. An apple. So here, it's an apple. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, everyone? Okay. Was eating is different, Maria. That is the past. Okay, and it's active. It's not passive. Okay, so exactly. So let's look at this. Can you write a sentence with this? Is being. Okay, is being. So it's the vowels. Very nice. This lesson is being held now. Good. I am teaching students. Students are being taught. All right. So, exactly. Umbrella. Good. That's true. That's true. It depends on on the sound, right? The sound. There are exceptions. There are always exceptions, but that is a general rule. Okay. So she's driving a red car. A red car is being. So let's fix your sentence here. So Lil, great sentence. She is driving a red car. Good. So here we take red car and then we change it here. But here, what did you forget, Lil? You forgot the purple one here. This needs to go here. A red car is being driven by her. Good. Okay, I am being taught by my favorite teacher. Very good, Sadia. Great. Exercise are being done. Good. Mondays and Sundays lesson is being explained or is being taught by David. Good. I'm being taught by my favorite teacher. The car is being repaired. So here, Irena, make sure you check the spelling. So it's a car is being, here is repaired. Correct. Good sentence. Okay, great sentence. You are being understood by the operator. Fantastic. Good. I am drinking tea. Tea is being drunk. Great. Great sentence, Maria. Okay, so these are all great sentences. Now, this one, a lot of people get it wrong. Right, so here it's a new sentence, right? So make sure that I am drinking tea. It's continuous. To be, ing. To be, present, then the ing, then V3. 3 verbs. The tea is being drunk by me. Okay, very nice. Okay, so an important thing here that was mentioned. Very, very good. Very good point here. Now, you say here. So if with the letter U, sometimes you have an sound, sometimes you have a U sound. So let's look at this. A sound, which is and then with U, there, U sound. Now here, in this situation, it's not technically a vowel, it's a y. It's not a. So here you say a university. A university. Okay, not un university because it sounds like you. A university. But here it's un umbrella. Un umbrella. Okay, so you need to pay attention to the sound, not so much the letter, but the sound. And there are probably some exceptions. Okay, people saying, well, what about this? What about this? You always have exceptions. In every language, you will have exceptions. And so that's something to remember. Exactly, Yavuz. An hour. Great example. So let's put that one on the whiteboard. Let's put that one on the. This is another one. So here, now here, let's look at this. People say, well, H is not a vowel. Why do you say an hour? Great question. Well, here, if you look at the phonetics, phonetically, it's hour. Okay, typically, you say the H is like this house. So here you say a house. A house. Now here, this changes the, you have a difference here. You have a difference in, let's do this. Okay, so here, this changes this. So people say, well, if you say a house, you should say a hour. No, no, no. This is an exception. English has a lot of exceptions. French does too. We say a house. Good. Here, it's not heavy. It's house. Here, the H is silent. So phonetically, it's like the H doesn't exist. It sounds like hour. So you say an hour. Okay, so always pay attention to the sound more than the letter. English is not a phonetic language, meaning the an A is not always a. Sometimes it's A, sometimes it's O, sometimes it's a, sometimes it's e. So it changes. So this is you know, exactly. Hey, exactly. So hey, the E, sometimes it's right? The sometimes it's ah, sometimes it's even like kind of like a little bit like an O, like not O, but So that's your grammar point for today. Fantastic. Okay, so the Super Bowl is being held in Las Vegas this year. Now, what do you know about this? Okay, so we have the US word, okay, and then the in in the US we call these two sports differently. Okay, we call these different sports differently. So in the US, football is what? Football is American football. No, okay. Football is soccer. Okay. Or yeah, which one is it? Okay. So meaning the the European in the whole world, right? But in the whole world, you you have football, right? So in the whole in the whole world, people say football. I'm going to go play football. Let's play football. In France, let's play football. Okay, let's kick the ball. In the UK, hey, let's play football. Okay, and they say, okay, well, let's kick the ball. In the US, all right, football. When you say let's go play football, you throw the ball. You don't kick it. Now, I know what everyone is saying. They say it doesn't make sense. Why do you call it football if you don't kick it? Well, technically, you do kick it a little bit. But I understand. I understand people are confused about that. So in the US, football is soccer. Soccer. We call it soccer. Okay. And football is this this sport where you throw the ball. You throw the ball and sometimes you kick it. Mm. Mm. Well, I mean, technically it is a ball. It is a ball. It's a different type of ball. It's not a round ball, but it is a ball. It's an elongated ball. Um, and yeah, it's they mostly throw it, but technically they do kick it. They do kick it. Sometimes you have the field goals, and those are kicked. So we do kick it a little bit in football as well. But you're right, you kick it more in soccer. So technically, it should be the other way around. Yeah, exactly. In rugby, you do kick the ball more than in, you know, American football. So around the world, people say American football. In America, we say football. That's just, so in America, you want to say soccer and you want to say football So soccer is the one on the left. Football is the one on the right. um, so Maria, um, you want to say not funny but fun. Soccer is not more funny because funny means ha ha ha. It's not ha ha ha. It's not comedy. It's it's fun, meaning it's you have a good time when you play it. You have a good time when you watch it. Okay, and so not is American. Ooh, so Juan, I don't understand what you're saying. Not is American football. No Davi. I don't know what that means, Juan. But yeah. So remember, comment. So not why it's called, but why is it called? Okay, football. So here, let's fix this one. Okay, let's fix this one. So here you don't. So this is a mistake. Okay, so why is it called football? And don't forget the exclamation mark. Okay, so not this. If it's a question, then make sure you put the exclamation. Why is it called football? Hmm. Good, good. All right, so that's the way it is. It doesn't make sense in some ways, but that's the way it is. So that's it. Some things don't make sense, but that's how we say it. So that's the way that's the way it is. You can't change, you know, 100 years of culture. So that's just the way it's said. All right. So futsal is different. That is football, but indoor football, right? Mm, So here we have this. Now, what is this? The what does this stand for? Okay. Is it the is it the um, new football? Okay, new football league. Okay, national football nation. Is it um, is it new football nation? Okay. Or is it the noun food little? Okay. So okay. So which one is it? Okay. So here choose the correct one. Choose the correct one that you think it stands for. So we have these acronyms. You have the NHL, you have UEFA, you have FIFA. Mm, some people find these sports boring. Yeah, I see. I understand that. I understand that. It's with sports. It's if you've played it, it's a lot more fun. Also, many times people who don't like it, they've never experienced being in a stadium, feeling the energy of these events. I've been to World Cups. I've been to games, big football games in huge stadiums with 100,000 people. And that changes you. If you're watching it at home with your, a little bucket of popcorn by yourself, it's going to be boring. If you are in a stadium with 100,000 people screaming and dancing with music and sounds and lasers and energy, and everyone's excited and the emotions, it's going to be different. So the correct option here is National Football League. All right, so we have other ones: UEFA, okay, FIFA, we have NHL. Okay, nice. So here we have the National Football League, and that is the Now, this it is it something event? So people say event, not event, event. Some people say event, but it's event, not event. All right. So this is a big mistake, big mistake that I hear is people put the stress in the first part, but you want to put the stress here. Okay. Event. Do you hear the difference? It's not event. I'm going to an event. No, I'm going to an event or event, but not event. Okay. It sounds weird. Okay. I know it's so very nice. So here we have, is it a sport event, sports event, sporting event, or sported event? Now, like I told you, it's when you really look at it, it's a cultural event. It's it's a national event, right? It is almost. I'm not saying it's, but it's almost like a religious event, almost, because it's a big celebration. Everything stops. People go together. People. So it's more than just, people say, oh, it's just men throwing a ball. It's true, but you have to look deeper. You have to look deeper at this. It is it is a symbol of American culture, right? It's a symbol of America. And really, when you look at football, now this is a side note here. When America, as we talked about in the past, it's a military superpower. Every we've talked about this in the past. Ever since the Roman Empire, every major superpower has been military. I told you one of the biggest legacies of for better or for worse from the Roman Empire is that it is based on a strong military. Very important to understand that. If you look at the Spanish Empire, it was mostly military. Of course, it was also financial, it was also religious, it was also cultural, etc. But the base of it was military. The British Empire, yes, it was about trade. Yes, it was about um, you know, controlling, about culture and finance. Yes, but it was mostly, but the biggest, what held it together was the military. France too. So we basically what I'm getting at is that football is a very military sport. Every team is like a platoon, and you have the coach. He has an earpiece. The coach is the general. He gives the orders. He gives the order to the captain. The quarterback is the captain. So if you look at the coach, he has a very he has you know a very military, it's a military position. So let's look at this one for example. Okay, so all right, so this is the general. This is the general right here, and he gives the orders. He gives the play. Now you have the quarterback. The quarterback is the captain. Okay, so we have the quarterback. This this person, this player is connected. He has a headset. and he can hear the coach speaking. So the coach tells him, do this. And then everyone on the team follows the play, right? It's most sports do have kind of a military, um, the exactly the coach is screaming numbers, but every number represents something. So that's code. So if you say 55, omega 55, something, it means a formation, it means a play, it means a strategy to attack. All right. So, yeah. So, a platoon is like a team. It's like a war team, like a mini uh, group of soldiers working together, right? So when you have war, you have platoons, right? It's like a sometimes 10, 20, 30 soldiers working together as one, a squad. That's another one. Emma, very nice. So we have here, it's a sporting event based on a very militarized sport, right? Some of the best soldiers played football when they were young. This is what people don't understand. When you play football as a little kid, they are preparing you for war. They're preparing you to be a soldier. Why? Because you have the discipline. You listen to the chain of command. You have the head coach, the assistant coach, the quarterback, and then you, right? The player. The same, you have the general, the colonel, the captain, and then the soldier. Okay. So Platon is not a philosopher. You're talking about Plato, Yavuz. That's a different one. Plato is not platoon. That's different. Plato is the mm, is the philosopher. I'm going to show you. Plato is the Greek philosopher. Plato. This is Plato. But a platoon is different. A platoon is, well, this is a movie called Platoon. No, okay. But this is a platoon. You have a platoon here. All right. This is a platoon. All right. Very nice. So, a sporting event. It's a sporting event, but it's more than a sporting event. We're going to talk about that. So, these people, they're, okay, they're what? Okay. They're anticipated. Okay. They are anticipating. Okay. They're anticipate. They're anticipative. Okay. They're anticipating something. They're anticipated something. They're anticipate or they're anticipative. Well, they're not scary, Kaylee. They're not scared or they're not scary. They are waiting. Okay. Mm, okay. So, Marian, ejército is army. That's different. Platoon is not an army. It's a part of an army. Okay. Good. Marion says that she loves war. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, do you love war history? Maybe. Okay. Well, they're Juan would run away. Juan is very scared. So, very scared of him. But they're what are they feeling? They are excited. They're anticipating something. They are anticipating, okay, something. They feel a sense of anticipation. And the Super Bowl is an annual championship game of the National Football League. National Football League, which is one of the most anticipated right? So people are anticipating something. Events are anticipated by people. So the Super Bowl is one of the most anticipated sporting events in the United States. And like you said, we have the Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers. All right. So what do you call the climatic, the highest point? Okay. What do you call this? Okay. Do you call it the the culmination? Okay. Do you call it the supplication? Do you call it the summation? Okay. Or do you call it the pication? Okay. What is the right word that means the highest point? Many times it's the end, but it's just where you something is going like this, like this, like this, like this, like the season or a movie or a book or a story. It's the season keeps going, the games, and then at the end it goes up. At the end it spikes up. What is it? Oh, did he? Robert Kiyosaki criticized the sporting event. Yeah, what did he say? What did he say? I haven't heard that interview. Now, a lot of people do criticize it. They say it's very commercial. There's a lot of bad things. So I'm not saying it's the best. I think people should. Mm, we have this sense like that sporting events. It's like Rome, panem et circenses, which means bread and circus. Now that's one of the reasons why Rome fell, because of bread and circus. If you give people bread, which is food, right, but basically anything that's physical, anything that takes care of their senses, bread and circus means entertainment. If people are have food and if they are entertained, then they will be distracted. And that's what's happening right now. So yeah, there are a lot of bad things about it, but we're not going to focus on the bad things. We're going to focus on the good things. So the culmination. So it typically, okay, take place, taking place, takes place, or took place. All right. So which one is if something if something takes place, it happens. So is it take place, taking place, took place on the first Sunday in February? So it's not a specific day, it's always the first Sunday in February. Okay, typically. Now, I think this year it's not the first Sunday of February, but okay, this is the second one. Okay, but they find a date around the first half of February. Mm, and this sporting event marks the culmination of the NFL season. Yes. Yes. So it takes place. It takes place. Now, look at these big stadiums. They're full, they're huge. Now, if you've never been to an American stadium, then you don't understand what this is all about. Of course, every country has these huge stadiums, but American stadiums are just crazy, 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 crazy. We have mm, we have some that are, I mean, like hundreds, no, 100,000. Like I want to show you some pictures here of these stadiums. Now here, look at these stadiums. Okay, look at these huge stadiums here of people. Now, here we have this, like the bowl. That's why they call it a bowl, because it's a bowl. And then they also have these stands on the side. Okay. We have these, we have this one, and mm, absolutely huge, absolutely enormous. And it really is an experience. It really is an amazing experience. If you've never been to something like this, what you feel there, the energy that you feel is, you know, unparalleled. Unparalleled. You go there and you just feel the energy of people, all the emotions, the screaming, the music, the lights. It really is amazing. So, what do you call an act, process, or instance of beginning? The beginning of something. Okay. Do you call it preception, conception, inception, or perception? Right. The beginning of something. Now, if you've watched this movie, then you know I gave you a clue there in the picture. Um, what do you see here? What do you see on the table? It means the beginning, when something was born, when something started. Exactly. In the time of ancient Rome, the same thing happened. They had the big Colosseum. Why do you think they had the Colosseum? It was a sporting event. Now, it was very bloody, very violent. Now, football is also violent. I agree. But mm, here we have it is the inception. Like the movie Inception, a great movie here that's called Inception. It talks about dreams with Leonardo DiCaprio. They're crazy. It's a psychological thriller. It'll make it'll make you think a lot about reality. Exactly common. Inception. This is the movie Inception with Leo DiCaprio. I love this movie. It made me think. It made me. Now, some people say that it kind of makes you go crazy a little bit, right? It makes you question reality. So, if that's uncomfortable for you, don't watch this movie because it makes you question the world of dreams. It makes you question what is real. And that can be dangerous if your mind is not in a good place. If your mind, if you have mental problems, you going deep into you know these questions can be very dangerous. Now, since its inception in 1967, that was the first Super Bowl, 1967, the Super Bowl has evolved into not only a prestigious sporting event, a lot of prestige, but also a cultural phenomenon drawing millions of viewers worldwide. Okay. A lot of people like the movie. That's good. I loved it too. But it's a little bit crazy. It's a little bit crazy. So now here, one of the biggest things are these these shows, right? Halftime. That's in the middle of the game. You have the halftime show. Now, is it an elaborate, okay, or is it a um, melancholic halftime show? Meaning there are all it's they spend a lot of time, they use a lot of technology, they use a lot of lasers, a lot of dancers, they get celebrities, the biggest names, the biggest names in the world of music, the biggest producers. They spend hundreds of millions of dollars on this show. Now, this show, the halftime show, is probably the biggest show of the year. Bigger than any concert, bigger than anything, even bigger than the Olympics and all these because of the money. People say, well, you know, the Olympics is about the whole world. It includes the whole world, right? The Olympics in China, the Olympics in you know in in different countries. It's true, but in America, you have so much more money, right? And we have also this culture and this technology. So this they spend more money on this show than anything. If you want to see the best show of the year, the halftime show is probably the best one. So the game is renowned for its elaborate halftime shows featuring top tier is the best, top tier musical performances. And here we have, for example, Taylor Swift, right? But in history, we've had, a lot. Okay, a lot of top tier. Top tier is the best ones, the legends. Okay, so here this year, okay, we have Usher. That's true. Okay. Also, there was a big talk about Taylor Swift, right? Because Taylor Swift is, as you know, mm, she is dating. She is dating a a football player. Well, we're going to talk about that later. So first of all, you know, these halftime shows are sometimes bigger than the game itself. So people watch the football game, but more people watch the halftime show. Now, the Super Bowl halftime show has seen legendary performances from artists like Michael Jackson, Madonna, Beyonce, Usher, Taylor Swift. The biggest names are chosen for these shows, right? So basically, it's the best one you'll ever see. Now, this year, we have Taylor Swift. She's going to be featured in this halftime show. She's going to be. Mm, Elaborate means with a lot of details, JJ. Okay, a lot of details, very well done. And yes, some people say that it was manipulated because they wanted Taylor Swift to be for her boyfriend to be in the final, so that Taylor Swift will perform, and then you'll have this kind of Hollywood story where the pop star sings and the boyfriend plays. Okay, it's the Hollywood story. America loves Hollywood stories, right? We invented Hollywood. So um yeah, it's going to be a great show. We have Usher, Taylor Swift, and probably a few other ones as well. It's going to be spectacular. Now, something else, we have these. Do you call these the numbers, Roman numbers, or Roman numerals? Now, as you can tell, when they say Super Bowl, when you see it written, they don't use normal numbers. They don't use the typical numbers like 1, 2, 3 that we use. They use the Roman ones. Now, we don't say Roman numbers, we say Roman numerals. So each Super Bowl is assigned a Roman numeral to denote its sequence. And this adds to the grandeur and tradition surrounding the event. So, kind of a Roman aspect to it, right? Panem et circenses, bread and circus. Now, this is another sign of that. And yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of politics involved, right? Oh, wow. Yeah, Sanya. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, gladiators, exactly. Modern day gladiators, right? And so, yeah, some of these celebrities have this, almost religious following. Now, Super Bowl commercials, that's another thing. When you watch the game, watch the commercials or go to YouTube and type Super Bowl commercials. These are the best ads you'll ever see. Each ad costs, the cost, I think, of something like cost of Super Bowl ads is tens of, you know, so it they were saying it's $1 million a second, right? So each ad, if you want 1 second, it's $1 million. So you have the best ads, the best actors. So it's the most expensive advertising, right? And you have celebrities, you have the best directors, the best marketers here. Now, the Super Bowl is not just about the game, it's also about the gatherings and parties, right? So it's a cultural event. It's where people come together, right? And they enjoy food, drinks, and the excitement of the game. Okay. Yes. So people say it's just a sport. It's just a sport. It is a sport, but it's more than a sport. It's a cultural event, just like the World Cup. It's not so much about the football, it's about the people. It's about people coming together and celebrating. It's about the halftime show. It's about celebrating American culture, whether it's good or bad, commercialism, pop music, special effects, consumerism, materialism. Again, whether it's good or bad, it's a celebration of that. And it's become a very important part of our culture today. Mm, yes, exactly. Well, we need the commercials. Now, the commercials are amazing. So check out the commercials. It's a very it's a very long it's a very long match. It lasts like 2 or 3 hours. Okay. Yeah, 3.5 hours. But it can change, right? It's not like football where it's 90 minutes. American football, it can be 3.5, even more, depending on how many breaks and how fast it goes. So very nice, everyone. If you like this, get premium lifetime access. um Here, click on the link. These lessons, again, these are lessons that are designed for you. Okay, we designed these lessons for you. It's not something that we recorded a year ago. It's something that is relevant. It's about today, right? What is happening today. And so click on the link, join our community, and follow me too. Follow me. You can follow me here, type my name, or click on one of the links where you can find me, find me on the internet and follow me, and we can stay in touch. Okay, so click on one of the links here, follow me, and let's learn English together. Join the community for 96% off, and and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, take care, everyone. Enjoy the Super Bowl, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.